What was the significance of this message by Li Keqiang, especially at a time when you're also seeing authorities really double down on COVID zero policy? So what can local officials really do at this point?
We didn't get much by way of new detail per se, Sherry, but there were some interesting lines reported from his remarks to those provincial officials. Premier Li spoke about the need to get on with their spending on infrastructure, for example, and we know that's one of the areas that is expected to drive the economy in the second half of the year, so he's clear on that point. He also said they have to do more to boost consumption, but he didn't say how they could do that. He gave a nod to the challenges of COVID zero. He said there needs to be a balance between COVID zero and protecting the economy. He also highlighted the issue with youth unemployment, which is up to almost 20% at the moment, and he said the government will take steps to address that. And he acknowledged, by the way, that data in the second quarter so far has been weaker than they expected. So clearly that was an admission from him that the economy isn't in a space where they thought it might be by now. So, you know, there wasn't any specific details in these remarks by Premier Li, but certainly the fact that he made them at all against the backdrop of the slowing data perhaps does speak to a growing sense of urgency now among the top ranks of the government.
Does that mean we're expecting more support coming? Did the NDRC signal what could be in the pipeline?
So everybody's asking this question, Heidi, what kind of policy pivot will come if you say on the one hand, well, look, COVID zero is a political target at this stage and all of the messaging has been they're not going to divert from that. Well, then you go, okay, so what else can they do? There's a lot of focus on real estate. Can they drum up support there? And this NDRC press conference did give some nods to some areas where the money might come. They said, for example, more spending on infrastructure should be a priority. They said they're willing to consider new policies to try and generate some activity on the ground, and they're going to make sure that they get on with executing existing policies. There was also a nod from the NDRC also to the employment situation, which was quite interesting. So I think when you take it all together, it feels like we're at this juncture now whereby clearly the authorities are saying, look, the economy is not in a good space. They want to do something about it, but they're short on specifics so far.